Welcome to YILDIZ Readings 5D, a place in which we cover astrology, psychic updates, as well as the twin flame path. I do come to you live on Fridays, and if you do click the bell, you get the updates by zodiac sign and more. And very importantly, we do have new hubs opening early in 2022 and beyond. Galaxy Pub for information content, as well as the Age of Aquarius magazine. So without further ado, let's get into the update for your zodiac sign. And if you need to see me live, as I mentioned, live on Fridays. Scorpio, welcome back. We are here to do your reading. I have pulled the cards and I've tuned into it. So we are going to connect into what is happening for you in the month of December and what my psychic predictions are. Now, if I do see any problems, I will be able to give you the tips and tools of how to navigate this both psychically, spiritually as your soul coach, as well as astrologically. Now, I do feel this month for you, coming out the gate, we are moving into an eclipse. You're going to have some illumination on some information, and this is going to be in relation to various areas of your life. I am feeling it's almost like you're trying to tweak your life and you're trying to get back on a path that you feel is destined for you. Now, it is saying, you know, allow the adjustments to happen. So whatever it is, that if it be you that you're adjusting or it's that you're adjusting your course, that may be necessary. But it's with the illumination that you can directly take those steps. Now, I'm just going to very quickly look at the chart. Number one, I will say, for your zodiac sign, the nodes are going to be shifting this month. So it is very personal for your zodiac sign, and it is quite large. So a lot about yourself is going to be changing. We're also moving into Venus retrograde, and it's going to be, we're going to have Venus and Capricorn there until about May, January, February, March. So it's a long stay, really. And this is a time where our values can change. So it's okay to feel as though one minute you're going one way and then the next minute you're going another. Just take your time. It's going to need a little bit of adjustment, but there is going to be something to do with you in the next 1.5 years that's really going to change it. I'm going to be here to guide you. Now, there is some illumination coming in, and I do feel with this illumination, it's giving you foresight into where you're going. Now, some of you might be waiting on information coming to you. This can relate to love as well as work. And I feel, you know, many of you are wanting more energy. Many of you have had more energy, but you're quite passionate. You're quite firm on what you're needing. So if somebody's really testing you, this can really light the fire, and it's almost like pre-warned, forearmed, you know, to other individuals, is to be cautious, because I do feel you're quite passionate about how you see things right now. So I'm getting this defiant energy, this rebellious energy, but I do feel that you're fiercely looking at also your values, and your values, if people are stepping on them. The thing about the 1st and the 7th house is that it does change us. Now, initially when I had that transit, so I am speaking from experience, we can tend to feel like we're the black sheep of the family and nobody understands us. But through that transit, what you will find is what your part is in those contracts and connections. And not only what you can bring to the table, what they can bring to the table. And I do feel both your career sector and your love life is set to be extremely interesting. I do feel there's information coming towards you relating to this. And again, something to do with your money and, you know, what you have is really set to grow. I do feel many of you are gaining that self-esteem, and it's more vocal. Now, usually in your zodiac sign, you're very deep, similar to Cancer. But I am seeing, you know, money from the past is coming back. You're also looking at lineage. This could be, look, you know, what you feel you want to be in this lifetime. Taking something from the past and bringing it to the forefront. Some of you have been working on this for a while. But again, I do feel your self-esteem is returning like a bat out of hell. And it's almost like you're taking your power back. Now, I do feel some of you are now realizing you're making your own luck. If there was this point where you felt you were hitting your head against a wall, this eclipse is really shifting it. So Again, initially just go easy into it, because generally when we're moving into the eclipse, it can feel a little bit iffy, and then after things can make sense. But it is going to be, after such big growth for 6 months. Now, I do feel at the heart of it, what you actually want, you're willing to take a chance, and you're like, okay, I'm going to dare to dream. I'm going to believe that I can have all my things. And on the webinar that I did relating to Sagittarius, it was funny. What did come through was that you can have your cake, and it's that polarity of us believing that something was one way but really it was another, and it's directly where we're getting this illumination of where we do have control. Now, I feel many of you, with precision and detail, you're getting your signs and synchronicities, and it's about coming into duality. I do feel it's like you're looking at the devil in the detail. But for many of you, on a very separate level, when it comes to love, you can be seeing the signs. Now, I do feel, yet again, this is really going to benefit you, is that if you're away from a wound and you're assessing things, you're going to see clearly. I do feel, like I said, your foundation is you're wanting your wishes and your dreams to come true. And I do feel some things can really be shifting around Christmas. But you're going to be reflecting pretty much from this point of the month through to January what those wishes are. I do feel every step you're directly taking is for that. But again, you're going to have to read in between the lines. Now, I do feel one message that is coming through very strongly is to be super careful with contracts and to see whether you're going to get something out of this. Now, for some of you, this can be a very large contract. This can be a very exciting venture. And over the next 2 years, it will be large for you. The other thing I'm seeing is if you're unhappy in your employment, some of you may be wanting to do that shift. Now, the good time to do such would preferably be before the 18th. If you can't do it before then, make sure you really read the fine print, because I'm seeing they're really saying you need to reach the fine print, and it is from the interpretation, the precision, the detail. Some of this might have been a bit delayed, especially if this was popping off from October. It kind of caused a little bit of stagnancy. I also feel where you were wanting to get your health back on track, if you had been run down, this then can start to ease up. It's also saying that, you know, it's definitely going to be a yay or nay. And so if you are sending signals to universe, go into your heart, gain the illumination, and say to yourself, okay, is this relating to the past of my value systems or authentically who I am right now? Because I feel some of you are on the fence in relation to some subjects in your life. And sometimes how it's coming through is 1 minute you can be very hot and heavy, the next minute you're really, you know, a little bit unsure. So I do feel it's a head and heart decision. And I feel for some of you, it's in various areas of life. Now, I can say in the element of love, there has been these fluctuations, the connections there, the chemistry's there. Some of you can really be up in your head at the minute. You're seeing the adjustments that would need to occur for this to be successful. And again, you're kind of also looking at Christmas as a pausing point to say, okay, where is this going? For some of you, there can be communication around that time. But I also feel, you know, if you're trying to set certain things in stone, it's almost like you're trying to put something to the back burner. And that can be if somebody's inviting you to an event and then there's another one coming up. It's like you feel like you're going left and right. I feel when you're dealing with this person, you're having to really decipher what they're saying. And I'm hearing the term mincing words. Now, it can be in the person's demeanor, body language, or where you stand right now. You're having to really filter it correctly, but you're going from the head to the heart. So it feels very mixed. I do feel some of you feel a little bit disillusioned, and you're feeling as though maybe you would have to waver on some of the things that you would need. But you're still wanting to have a successful outcome. So some of you are really on the fence about it. Now, the outcome is change, but you're trying to be logical and you're trying to use your, what I call totes, to get the best out of this. Let's pull another card. And I will, where is it? There. Okay, how is this person feeling about Scorpio, please? I sense that a lot of what you're doing this month, that's definitely going to be coming through. Apologies. Whatever you're dealing with this month, before I show you the card, you're trying to pull these things together, but you're excited, but you kind of, it's like the missing pieces of the puzzle. It kind of makes sense what you feel needs to move in order for that to happen. But there's going to be spontaneity. You do need to be wary of the spontaneity, especially with spending and excess. Do be careful with your emotions moving into the eclipse and moving out, because it is landing in your second house. This can be an emotional house. Jupiter tends to expand things. So in the second house, it can be where if we're triggered, it can be emotional energy. So just give yourself some space. Allow yourself to adjust to it. Know it will pass, but things will make sense after. I do feel there could be a heated conversation, and I don't know why I'm getting this, but it feels as though there can be a prejudice within the family, and it kind of feels like you're putting your foot down, and putting this foot down, it is quite a heated conversation, so just be cautious of that. The warning dates I could directly give you at this point in the month, which I will come back later and give you more, would be the 24th. And the reason being is because we are going to be having Saturn squaring Uranus and Taurus. Or Uranus and Taurus squaring Saturn. The other date is the 18th and 19th, and that's because we will have Venus retrograde. So for your zodiac sign, Venus retrograde at the moment is very similar to where you stand. It's because it's in the house of Capricorn, which is very Pluto in nature. I do feel many of you will be able to handle it due to the fact you're Scorpio. But it does mean something about you will be changing the way you're showing up in the world. If you are wanting to change your wardrobe or things to that degree, do things that are reversible, do things that are changeable. If they're more permanent things, which would be cosmetic procedures, I'd leave it till March. That would bode better, but really research and indulge in that element of who you are at this time. It is a good time to communicate with people of the past if they do come in, but it isn't anything, it's not a great time to get married, get engaged. It's more take the time and research, and it's really great for really fine-tuning projects. Now, there is a lot of chemistry here between you and this romantic interest, and I do feel the funny thing is, this vivacious energy is coming on the external of life and in your direct circle, but when it does come to this energy, they do actually make you a bit meek. And I'm hearing the term butterfingers, and I don't know what that's in reference to, but it's like they make you feel a little bit nervous. But there seems to be that there's going to be a conversation that might get you a bit nervous. We're going to go into it in the extension and dig deeper into how this can be playing out. Otherwise, I will see you for the weeklies, the twin flame updates, and those of you who join me in the members hub. Love and light. If you want the extension, the information is next or the link is below. Take care. The link for the Members Hub is directly below. We also do have additional videos coming. Galaxy Pub is launching early 2022. Anything spiritual, the subjects covered on that channel. Very separately, we have the Age of Aquarius. Now, you can go onto the website. The VIP list is there. And when it's ready to launch, I will give you those updates. Bookings online and webinars as well. Live every Friday at 10 a.m. on the main platform, and 3 sessions a month at $11 in the Twin Flame Hub. Do keep an eye on the community tab, because I am automating posts and giving you updates for the moon energies by zodiac sign. Love and light. I will see you throughout the week, both live and for your zodiacs. Take very good care, and I'll see you on the other side.